right, chat. So today we got another video by AM Hoops. You guys don't know Trae Young got traded, I think yesterday, to the Washington Wizards for exchange for CJ McCollum and another player. A lot of people are saying that this trade doesn't make any sense, and honestly, it doesn't. I'll be real with you. I don't know why. I know why Trae Young wants to go to Washington, because he wants the money, he wants to get paid, obviously. But it still doesn't understand. It still don't make sense why he won't even agree to this shit. Why, chat? For further, let's look at the reason why. This looks bad for Trae Young, man.
The Wizards just fleeced the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, DC got a 4-time prime all-star for almost nothing. Wizards get Trae Young for just CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert.
Bro, no picks, not even a second round pick for Trae Young is insane, bro. Why did the Hawks agree to this shit? They could at least got more back.
It's 26 years old, 38% from three, but not a star. Sent 0 draft picks for a resume like this. Trae has gigantic numbers for a salary dump. How is this not the fleecing of a lifetime? Right up there with the Luka trade. Because the bottom line is this. His contract is toxic. Every dollar counts in this second apron era. Hawks proved over and over it does not work. So isn't it funny that after the trade, Trae leaked something weird to the media? In the wake of the Hawks' decision not to offer a contract extension, league sources say Trae Young then identified the Wizards as a promising destination months ago. Exactly. Is that for winning on the Wizards?
Fuck no. He not winning on the Wizards. He wants to go there for his money. Trae Young is another player that is not gonna win a ring, but he's just chasing money at this point. He's not even chasing rings no more. It's like, bro, don't even care what situation it is, as long as he's getting paid. That's a shame, man. It's a shame. And a lot of players think like this, though.
Or are they the one team he decided was dumb or desperate enough to pay him big money? It's all about the cash. But you know what's crazy? If the Hawks had done this trade like 2 years ago, they'd have got like 4 first-round picks for him. So how stupid is Atlanta for waiting? Yeah, but they tried everything to make this work. I mean, no team has tried to make their star succeed like the Hawks. But for me, this is one of the best times of the year for
skip price picks.
Including us
gamble
in lineup for free instantly,
games,
win or lose. That is code AM Hoops. The old front office was so invested because they traded Luka Doncic for Trae Young on draft night. Bro. Basically traded Luka for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. Ouch. So phase 1 was like Trae and the young guys. Remember that core, Kevin Huerter, John Collins, DeAndre Hunter? The idea was like, oh, shooters and defenders, that'll work. They won like 20 games a year. And they were like, oh, the problem is the youth. Let's get some vets in here. So phase 2 is the vets around Trae Young. In one offseason, they got Danilo Gallinari, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Rondo, Clint Capella. The media loved this offseason, and it actually kind of worked. Now, never mind that Ben Simmons had his career just implode before our eyes. It was still in East Finals. But the next year, they lost in the first round, so Atlanta panicked. Phase 3, DeJounte Murray. Pair Trae with an all-star guard. That'll work. Cost them control of 4 first-round picks, but was a disaster. And the common denominator was Trae Young. So why not trade him? Because he was so good on offense. They were like, how is this not working? I mean, look at this resume. Big numbers, all-stars, 3rd all-time assists per game behind Magic Johnson and John Stockton. How is it not working? But no, it was never going to work because of several problems. Lack of shooting. I mean, at least Harden and Damian Lillard hit threes. Trae's inefficient. Lack of off-ball movement and defense. Trae isn't just a below-average defender. He's the kind of defender that makes a front office have to design an entire team around him, and it still don't work. Like most small guards get hunted, but Trae gets hunted successfully more than anyone because he offers no resistance, and this matters most in the playoffs. Every year, no matter how good he was offensively, the other team would pick Atlanta apart through Trae. I mean, they spent 6 years trying to engineer a roster around him, firing coaches. Do you know how tiring that must have been? So Atlanta's new front office figured it out day 1. Get him out of here. Didn't offer a contract extension, so we all knew something was about to go down. Season starts and Trae gets hurt. Jalen Johnson really breaks out. I mean, he was good before, but this man is a 6'8", two-way player at 24 points per game. Oh, and by the way, a good passer. The man is a forward at over 8 dimes per game. Dude is what teams hope their 6'8" wing turns into. Like, you know how every draft night they're like,
no, yeah,
he's raw, but he's got the tools. He's kind of built like Paul George. Well, Jalen Johnson is the rare time that actually pays off. So they go 13-9 without Trae. Dude comes back, they go 0-5. It was so obvious. So they trade a 27-year-old former face of the franchise for nothing. Do you know how rare that is? The only time that a star gets traded at 27 is like Kyrie in Cleveland, but he demanded out. Or Paul George in Indy, but he told them, hey, I'm gonna walk in free agency, so you deal me now or lose me for nothing. The only real comp here is maybe Jimmy Butler on the Bulls. Chicago dealt him at 27, but had no idea that he would become a superstar. And they got a good package for him. Trae is uniquely bad. This never happened.
Yeah, it's just actually the same.
So why would the Wizards take a chance? Like 29 other teams said no, but DC says yes. Because they've got cap space to afford this. This is one of the ways that you could use cap space to take a gamble.
And once you realize that's what it all comes down to is money. All about money, bro. Trae Young is another player that just cares about money. He don't care about winning rings. He doesn't care about championships. All he cares about is getting paid. It's a shame.
Get better. They can afford to take on Trae's big salary and hope it works out. It's a gamble. He is the next Jimmy Butler. I mean, I know it's rare, but Trae at one point did have Knicks fans acting like this in the playoffs.
Hey, suck my Trae Young! Trae Young! Yo, Trae Young looks like my dad. I never saw my dad. He still looks like.
What the hell was wrong with that last guy?
No, Knicks fans, I tell you, Knicks fans are actually one of the most toxic fan bases in the history of America, man, in the history of sports. These niggas is wild, man.
Works out, then the Wizards just bought low on a 27-year-old 4-time All-Star who made people act like that. And if it doesn't work out, so what? They had that money to spend anyway. And on the court, he might help. Like, think about the last few years. We've always had a rebuild team that makes a big leap. 3 years ago, it was OKC. They go from the play-in to the 1 seed. Last year's Houston. They go from bad to second place. Now we got the Spurs. They go from no playoffs to amazing. So the Wizards want to be that team. How does Trae Young fit that? Well, on paper, because Trae is a shooter, even inefficient, defenses have to respect it, which creates space for DC guards. He also gets doubled and is very good at passing out of that double team, which also creates open shots. For example, DC's got a rookie named Trae Johnson, has made 50% of his open threes, 41% overall. Bub Carrington, Keyshawn George, Alex Sarr have all made shooting leaps as well. Then, because Trae excels as a pick-and-roll ball handler, he will be a good partner for Wizard bigs, especially Alex Sarr, who's going to gobble up passes at the rim on the roll. Of course, the problem is defense, but DC is already a terrible defensive team. It doesn't matter that much right now. And by the way, Alex Sarr is actually not a terrible rim protector, but a traffic cone perimeter is their main issue.
Yep.
Now, this isn't that big of a change from having CJ McCollum at point anyway. But the twist in all of this is that Trae might not play a ton this season. The Wizards keep their pick only at top 8 protected. So if they have one of the 4 worst records in the NBA, they are guaranteed to keep that pick. Trae has been dealing with an injury, so don't be surprised if they keep him out. Now, a lot of people are watching Anthony Davis for the Hawks because Chris Haynes reported that the Mavericks are definitely going to trade him. Hawks have been the #1 trade target for AD. But who knows? Even if they don't get Davis, the Hawks are going to have about $30 million in cap space after moving off Trae Young. With that, they could sign multiple players like a Kobe White at point guard, but the East is wide open. This could be a rare opportunity for them to go for it while the Pacers are down and Jason Tatum's coming back from that injury. Either way, the first big trade before the trade deadline just happened, but it is a pretty sad ending for Trae Young. But a gigantic move also in the WNBA because the lady...
Hey man, video by M Hoops. W video, man. Chat. As y'all can see, man, Trae Young, man, his career. I feel like, bro, what's gonna happen with him, man? You know what happens when you go to the Wizards, man? Your career ends up dying off. So I think Trae Young might be one of those players that takes a lot of money but sacrifices his career. I'm gonna be honest. He's gonna be another one of those players, unfortunately. I mean, because when I first heard this trade, it didn't make sense to me. Why would you want to go to the Wizards, bro? But once you actually think about it, it makes sense why he wants to go there. It's all about money, man. It's a shame. But hey, how y'all feel about this trade? Let me know in the comments how you feel about this trade. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. I'm gonna catch y'all, bro.